Hello dear students. As you all know, we are doing chapter number 4, moving charges and magnetism. And today we are going to do fifth part of the lecture series. Yesterday, means in the last lecture, we have discussed about how the force is acting on a charge which is moving in a magnetic field. The formula what we have got yesterday is F vector is equal to Q V vector cross V vector. One thing was very important yesterday I missed. Actually I have discussed that direction of V is always taken in the direction of motion of positive charge. But sometimes in the question you have been given a negative charge. Then what happens? Suppose a magnetic field is acting towards this direction. A magnetic field is present in this direction and a charge is moving, negative charge is moving, say an electron is moving towards this direction. So how this direction of force is going to be determined? Because I have told that velocity is considered only for positive charges, but here the charge which is given is negative. How we are going to consider? So what we do actually, for this negative charge, we consider the direction of velocity opposite to its motion. Suppose this negative charge is moving upward, so while going for the direction, while applying rules for the direction, just take velocity opposite to this. So basically this thumb, which is in the direction of motion of positive charge I have put, it is towards the opposite direction of velocity of negative. All the fingers towards the magnetic field. The palm faces towards yourself, means towards perpendicular outward. The force will be outward. So basically in case of negative charges, what you have to do? You have to take the direction of velocity opposite to the motion of direction of negative charges. That's it. Okay, then you can apply the rules for the direction. Now we are moving to the next thing, and today we are going to discuss path of a charge while moving in a magnetic field, right? Path of a charge, path of moving charges in magnetic field, and it is uniform magnetic field. Okay, so there are three cases. The first case, all we know that force is equal to QVB sin theta. So this force will affect the path of charge. So basically for theta we are going to have three cases. The first case is when the theta is 0 or 180 degree. In that case I have already told you that force will be 0, because here the sin theta will be 0. For sin 0 it is 0, for sin 180 also it is 0. Force will be 0. In this case the charge will move undeviated. This can be asked like this in the board examination. If a charge is moving undeviated in a magnetic field, then what is the angle made between the velocity of the charge and the magnetic field? The angle can be 0 or 180 degree, right? Because charge is moving undeviated. It simply means that force is 0. It simply means that angle is 0 or 180 degree. The case number 2 is when theta is equal to pi by 2 or 90 degree. So for this case, let us make a diagram to understand. Suppose a magnetic field is present in the space, and this magnetic field is basically uniform, and it is given by B vector, right? It is given by B vector. A charge is kept over here only. It will not have any velocity. What is the force acting on the charge? The charge is kept over there, the charge is at rest. What is the force acting on the charge? It will be 0, because charge is not moving, velocity is 0, and that's why the force acting on the charge is 0. Now if we give the velocity to the charge, suppose in this direction, in this direction if we give the velocity. Then what will happen? In what direction the force will be acting? The force will be acting, the magnetic field is inside, all these fingers are inside. This extended thumb is towards the motion of the charge. Force is this direction. The force will act towards this direction. Now, basically what will happen? Charge will go upward, force will be acting towards, the charge will go like this. Charge will go like this. Okay. The path of the charge will be like this. Okay. The path of the charge will be like this. Now at this point, the direction of force is towards, direction of velocity will be towards this direction. Direction of velocity is towards this direction. Force is both perpendicular inward. Means downward, sorry. So force will be this direction. Now what will happen? Charge will go like this. Charge will go from here, the charge will go like this. Here, the direction of velocity is downward. Force will be in this direction. Now what will happen? Charge will again bend. Charge will again bend. Charge will reach over here. Now, if here the direction of velocity is this direction, force will be in this direction. Okay. What will happen? The charge will go on and will reach to its original point. So basically the charge will describe a circular path when the direction between the velocity and the magnetic field, the angle between velocity and the magnetic field is 90 degree. In this case, the charge will describe a circular path. Case number 2, when theta is equal to pi by 2. Why is it so? One more reason I can give you. The reason is F is always perpendicular to the velocity, and F is always perpendicular to the magnetic field also. What is a kind of motion in which the force acting on the body? Force means acceleration. F is equal to ma basically. The force which is acting on the body is always perpendicular to the velocity. Always perpendicular to the velocity. It is a kind of circular motion only, where the force means acceleration is always perpendicular to the velocity, and that very force or that very acceleration are called centripetal force or centripetal acceleration. So basically in this case what will happen? This force, which is basically QVB, will provide centripetal force for circular path. So basically QVB is equal to what? mv square by r. R is the radius of circular path. One v will be cancelled out. From here, if r you can calculate, it is mv upon qv. This is the radius of circular path, and from here it is very clear that the radius is proportional to v. The bigger velocity you give, the bigger radius of circle it describes. Okay, the bigger velocity you give, the larger velocity you give, the larger circle it will describe. Moreover, if you want to calculate the time period, then time period is equal to time period. And time period is equal to T is equal to 2 pi r upon V. Just put the value of r over there. It will be 2 pi mv upon qb already there. V and V will be cancelled out. So basically T is going to be equal to 2 pi m upon qb. From here what is being discovered? What we know? We come to know that T is actually independent of velocity and radius v and r. And what does it mean? Whether the charge is describing a larger circle or whether it is moving on a smaller circle, its time period is independent of its velocity and its radius. Okay? simply means that the time taken to complete a circle of larger radius and the time taken to complete a circle of a smaller radius will be same. This is what the definition of time period is. What will be the frequency? Frequency is 1 upon time period. And what is 1 upon time period? It is QB upon 2 pi m. QB upon 2 pi m. This is frequency. Right? Frequency is, for the frequency goes for the same. It is independent of V and R. It does not depend upon velocity and the radius of the circular path. Okay? So this is what, when the angle is 180 degree. Now the third case we are going to do is, when this theta is not 90, when this theta is not 0, when this theta is not 180 degree. Basically what I am going to do, I am going to take any arbitrary angle. Okay? Any arbitrary angle. Third case we are going to do. Third case. So for third case, we are going to take theta at arbitrary angle. It can be in any direction. Okay? Theta arbitrary. Let me remove all this. Third case, if theta is arbitrary. Arbitrary means other than 0, other than 180, other than 90 degree. Now just try to understand. Suppose this is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. This is your z-axis, right? The direction of magnetic field is in this direction. Means basically it is in x direction. Okay? A charge is moving and it is having a velocity v, not like this. Let me make more of this way. Velocity v, a charge is at the origin, and let this angle be theta. Okay? The velocity will have two components now. One is v cos theta and another is v sin theta. V cos theta is in the direction of magnetic field, it will not experience any force, and that's why this velocity remains constant. The component of velocity along the magnetic field remains constant, but v sin theta is perpendicular to the magnetic field. There will be a force acting on this one. Then what will happen? The charge will describe a circle because of v sin theta, because it is perpendicular to the magnetic field that we have discussed few moments before. And v cos theta will pull the charge towards the magnetic field because it will remain constant with the magnetic field. So basically charge will describe the circle also and charge will move towards the magnetic field also. Then how the charge will move? It will describe a circle also and it is moving towards the magnetic field also. The charge will move in a circle and it will move towards the magnetic field also. The motion of the charge in this case, just try to understand, will be like this. It will describe a circle and it will move towards the magnetic field also. So basically in this case, the charge will describe a helical path. Helical means the spring-like structure you study, the spring-like path. For that helical path, the time period will be, just we have calculated the time period. What it was. time period was 2 pi m upon qb. So this will be the time period of the circular path it is doing. What is the radius? Before I forget, radius was mv upon qb. But here we need to understand that the circular path it is describing because of v sin theta. So instead of v, we should take v sin theta. And v sin theta is also written as mv perpendicular upon qb. This component is basically called v perpendicular and this component is called v parallel. Okay, the mv perpendicular upon qb. One thing is being defined in this, and from the time period, of course, frequency. Frequency is equal to qb upon 2 pi. One thing is defined and that thing is called pitch. What is pitch? Pitch is actually the distance covered by the charge in the direction of magnetic field when it describes one complete circle. Basically this is what we call pitch. Okay, pitch is the linear distance traveled in the direction of magnetic field in one complete circular motion or in one time period. So pitch is the distance and it is given by velocity v cos theta multiplied by time period. V cos theta will remain like this. The time period is 2 pi m upon qb. So what is the pitch? 2 pi m v parallel upon qb. This is the formula for pitch. So this is how this motion of the charge in a magnetic field is completed. Okay. Now we are moving to the next part of the chapter, and the next part is force on a current carrying wire which is kept in a magnetic field. Force on a current carrying wire which is kept on a magnetic field. Okay. So next topic is force on a current carrying wire in a magnetic field. Okay. Now suppose this is a wire, and in this wire current I is moving toward this direction. Okay, let this be your x-axis, this be your y-axis, this be your y-axis, and let this be your z-axis. Okay. Now what happens if the current is flowing in this direction? How that current is flowing? Let us apply a cell also, so that we can have a feel of current. Let this be what is V. Okay. If the current is flowing in this direction, the where the electrons are moving inside the conductor, basically they are moving towards this direction. So all the electrons which are present inside the conductor, those electrons, they are moving towards this direction, right? They are moving towards this direction. And with what velocity they are moving? They are moving with drift velocity, Vd. So what is the force that one electron experiences? The force experienced by one electron, F vector is equal to, small f I have written because of force on one electron, actually I am calculating. It is minus E V vector cross B vector. Why I have put a minus sign over there? Because the direction of velocity we consider in this will be opposite, because electron is in a negative charge. The beginning of the lecture only I have told you. So minus A into V vector cross V vector, right? Okay. Now, if this length is L, its cross section area is capital A. Then what is the number of electrons it will have? Because one more thing, drift velocity. Okay. Then the force experienced by conductor is F vector is equal to number of electrons multiplied by small f vector. What is the number of electrons? If we take the number density as n, then volume of the conductor is n into A into L. N is number density, number of electrons per unit volume. A is cross section, L is length, area of cross section multiplied by length, it will become volume. Volume multiplied with number of electrons per unit volume, it will be the number of electrons. Multiply with minus E Vd vector cross B vector. This is how this is multiplied. Now what I am going to do, just see. NEA. Okay. I am going to write L minus L into Vd vector cross B vector. Okay. Minus L into Vd vector cross B vector. And now it is going to be NEA Vd L vector cross B vector. How I have done this? Just try to understand the field of current you have taken. Try to understand that the direction of L, if we take in the direction of current, so earlier it was minus L into Vd vector. What is the direction of Vd? Vd is in this direction. This is Vd. It is in this direction. L is in this direction. So basically, if we take vector on L, so I have opposite to the direction. Opposite the direction of, what is the direction of this particular quantity? It is Vd vector. Vd is in this direction, but one minus sign is also there. Because of minus sign, the result of this vector becomes in this direction, which is in the direction of L. And if we take the magnitude of Vd only, then product will remain same. And because this minus sign is not justified, the direction of Vd is this. What is the direction of minus Vd? In this direction, in the direction of L. So basically this can be written as this. NEA Vd is current to F L vector cross B vector. This is the force experienced by a current carrying conductor kept in a magnetic field. I L vector cross B vector. Or if we write only magnitude, then it will be like F is equal to ILB sin theta. Don't learn it like IBL. Learn it ILB sin theta. Okay, because from ILB sin theta you can learn, there will be in your mind IL vector cross B vector. Confusion will not be there. Okay, confusion will not be there. Now again, how the direction of current is being calculated from this expression. Always remember the direction of L is in the direction of current only. Direction of L is always in the direction of current only. Direction of L is in the direction of current only. So current is flowing in this direction. First of all your fingers towards this direction, then towards B. I am applying cross product rule. So towards B, the finger goes up. What is the direction of extended thumb? It is perpendicular outward. So force on this conductor will be perpendicular outward. One more simpler rule is there. This thumb towards the current, all these fingers towards the magnetic field, where the palm faces perpendicular outward. So this will be the direction of force. Once again, thumb, it is in the direction of current, all this finger towards the magnetic field. Magnetic field we have taken. Which direction we have taken magnetic field? Magnetic field we have taken, suppose in this direction. Okay, towards Z. Is it clear? I have removed it, actually it was there. So direction of current is here, direction of magnetic field is here, so it is perpendicular outward. From cross product to direction of L, direction of B extended from this perpendicular outward, force is towards outward. Is it clear? So this is all about force on a current carrying wire. In the next video lecture, we'll talk about current force on two parallel wires. Okay, so this is all for the day. Thank you.